Hi there, it's Mark Wickham here, Amazon #1 best-selling author of Effective Pricing for Accountants. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how do you price bookkeeping work. Let me start there by sharing with you a story I came across very recently. And I got this email back on the 23rd of September 2015 from a chartered accountant called Patrick. And Patrick said to me how he'd used a process to turn a prospect, a limited company, which he would have in the past been more than happy to have charged £60 per month to do the annual accounts and corporation tax, but he went through a process and he got 4 times the price. In fact, as you can see here, 304.6% higher price following the process. And I'm going to share with you in this video 3 things that Patrick did to help him get 4 times the price for his bookkeeping and accountancy work, and I'll show you those techniques that you can then copy and use yourself. So the first thing was Patrick uses a brochure. In fact, as he says in his email, he says we sat down and went through taking away the hassle of keeping the books. This is Patrick's brochure. It's a very professionally designed brochure, and it takes them through the service that he offers. Now, there's a very good reason why I strongly recommend that you have a professional looking brochure. Firstly, because it's one of the 4 P's of marketing. It's all about packaging. When you professionally package your services like Patrick's done, then that influences people's perception of the quality of what you do. And when they perceive that the quality of what you do, in this case is his bookkeeping service, then people expect to pay you a higher price. And the second reason for having a brochure is because this becomes your system, it becomes your script, your aide memoir, your agenda, if you like, for how you would run a meeting to properly communicate the benefit to the client. So what Patrick did is he sat down with this prospect, this potential client, and he took them through a brochure. That was the first thing that he did. The second key thing was he recognises that you have to create different packages because everybody values things differently. And as he said in his email, he said that the client initially wanted the full level, which was priced at £347 per month. And the way that Patrick communicated those 3 different packages was partly because of his brochure and partly because he then took the client through a piece of software called cloud pricing. And that came up with 3 different options, 3 different packages, 3 different price points, which meant the client could choose the price that was just right for them. And in this particular case, the client wanted the middle option, the full package, and it came out at significantly higher than Patrick would have charged when he used a price without using a brochure and a piece of software for pricing. The third thing he did was what's called the upsell. You may remember seeing in his email, he said to me that the client finally agreed at £257 per month, but the client then agreed that he wanted secretarial services, company secretarial work, and agreed an extra fee of £29 plus VAT per month for that upsell. The upsell is when you sell a service and you add on and bolt on other things. Now, how did he do that? Well, very simple. He learned from the most profitable company on the planet. You see, Apple do this incredibly well. If you go to buy an Apple iMac computer, for example, you can see Apple give you 3 choices, and there's a lot of clever things that Apple do, which I'll talk about on another video. But once you've chosen the Apple that you want, you hit the select button. But the process isn't finished there, because what Apple understand is that when the customer says, yes, I want to buy, they're in what's called buying mode. And therefore what you need to have is a system to systematically upsell other related services. So in the case of Apple, when you click on this button, it then offers other ways that you can configure your Mac. And it takes you through a process where you can tick some boxes, and as you go through and choose your options, the price goes up. It's very clever. It helps Apple make much bigger sales. And Patrick did exactly the same thing. When he went through the software with the client, just like Apple would. You went for the software, and once the client eventually chose the package that was just right for them, that met their needs at the right price point, they then hit the select button, and Patrick, just like Apple, took them through the upsell process. And as a result, the client spent an extra £29 per month. Now, there are many things I can tell you about the process that Patrick went through in terms of how he created those brochures, the wording that he used, and also how the software can help you. Now, if you've got cloud pricing, then if you go to the user guide, you'll find that in the user guide are dozens of links to videos, training videos that will take you through in much greater detail exactly what Patrick did to get that price. Anyway, have fun with that. Go and click on that link now, grab that software. When you do that, you'll get a welcome email, and in there you'll have a link to the user guide so you can find out more about the software. Anyway, I'll see you on another video very soon. Bye for now.